Well, I want to thank you all for being here today. This is truly an exciting announcement that we have to make here today. And I know a ton of people worked extremely hard to make this a reality, and I couldn't be more proud of what's been accomplished here. So many of the folks devoted significant amounts of time to this venture, and it'd be hard to mention everybody by name, and I know that I wouldn't, so I won't. But those of you who worked hard, you know it, reach behind, pat yourself on the back, and tell yourselves that it's also from me and from Congressman Cleaver and everybody else, because we really do appreciate what you did. I'd specifically like to recognize Mayor Pro Tem Scott Wagner for his work on the application. He's in Portland filling in. Our city directors and staff, our friends at KCU, and a number of nonprofit partners pitched in, and so many people spent so much time, so much effort, too numerous to name, but I want to thank you. This is a huge deal for Kansas City, and when you talk about huge deals for Kansas City anymore, we're talking about huge deals because all of our deals are big, and this one is huge. I don't want to sound like Mr. Trump, but... but it's huge. It's really huge. I can't do the hair. We're excited about the opportunities that this opportunity affords us to strengthen this community. This is something that is going to really have a major impact on this community. And I want to thank you for joining us for this important announcement. Now I'd like to introduce not only a friend, not only a mentor and a leader, but somebody who worked extremely hard on behalf of this city to make this happen. He's a man who is stuck in a place, he's a man who likes to do things stuck in a place where they don't do much. Congressman Cleaver.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And thank all of you. You know, this is an amazing project because it deals with a lot of different agencies getting together to make something happen, not the least of which among the agencies are the mayor and the city council, Jermaine Reed, who visited Washington just a week or so ago up lobbying, and I'm looking forward to working with the new councilman as well as the other new members of the council with whom I've not had an opportunity to work. And look, urban redevelopment is difficult. It's like eating honey out of an active beehive. And make no mistake, it's not something that can be done easily. And when something is done like what we're doing here, it means that a lot of people have come together to work hard to make it happen. And so what we have to continue to do as a community is understand that the difference between who we are as a community and who we want to be are the things that we decide to do today. And so we have come to a point where we have a very appropriate secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development for this moment in history. I think that he is the leader of the headquarters of imagination. I am very pleased and proud that as the ranking member on the Financial Services and Insurance Subcommittee in the House of Representatives, I have the responsibility of working with the Secretary and with HUD. And it has been a pleasure, particularly because he is a former mayor, the former mayor of San Antonio. He understands clearly everything that's going on here and is the right person to be the architect for this moment for Kansas City. Secretary Cisneros.
We'll be back later.
Secretary Castro.
Good to see you. That's actually a very excellent compliment.
Thanks a lot, Representative Cleaver. It's good to be here in Kansas City.
Yeah.
With this heat, it feels like I'm back home in Texas. So I'll try not to take too much time. But first, Congressman, let me thank you for helping to host us along with Mayor James today and for your great advocacy. I want y'all to know that y'all have a fierce champion for Kansas City up in D.C. who never misses an opportunity to make sure that this community is well represented. Thank you for your leadership. As well to Mayor James, it's fair to say that there is no title quite like mayor. I know that from my time as mayor. Congrats on the good work that you and your team are doing and the progress that is happening around Kansas City. I also want to thank our Housing Authority Director, Ed Lowndes. Thank you to you and your team. And to Sebra Scrogum, thank you, Sebra, for your advocacy and your leadership with our tenants. And to all the folks here, this year, in 2015, we celebrate 50 years of the Department of Housing and Urban Development. 50 years of investing in communities throughout the United States, turning the dreams of neighborhood residents, of leaders, into reality. We love to collaborate with communities like Kansas City to create stronger neighborhoods and to help give momentum to cities across our country. We come together today, this morning, or this afternoon now, to celebrate a new beginning for the Paseo Gateway District. As you know, this area is home to a lot of history. It's been called the Ellis Island of Kansas City. Generations of folks have come here to become a part of American life. And while this community over the generations has no doubt faced challenges, the sense of resolve and belief in what's possible has never left. I want you to know that President Obama and this administration and all of us at HUD believe in you and your efforts. We believe in your vision for the future of the Paseo Gateway community. And that's why today, on behalf of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, I'm proud to announce that we're awarding a $30 million grant to bring your vision to life. Congratulations. These funds come from HUD's Choice Neighborhoods Initiative, which supports a locally driven, holistic approach to community development. We're convinced that prospering communities need quality housing that's also connected to jobs, to good schools, access to transit, to green spaces, and more. Across the nation, from Boston to Seattle, this work is already making a difference. Today, we're announcing grants to 5 cities: Atlanta, Memphis, Sacramento, Milwaukee, and the place with the best barbecue, Kansas City. Amen. In total, for every $1 of Choice Neighborhood funding, $9 in additional public and private sector investment is being leveraged. Here in Kansas City, we've been so impressed by the partnerships that you've developed and the plans that you've created. 360 mixed income units of housing, investments in education, transit, public safety, job training, and more. This is community revitalization the way that it should be done. Congratulations for getting it right. I want you to know that HUD will stand by your side today, tomorrow, and as long as it takes to ensure that your bold plans for progress come to life. We know that a stronger Paseo Gateway is a stronger Kansas City, and that leads to a stronger Missouri and a stronger nation, one neighborhood at a time. I want to congratulate you on all of the progress that you've accomplished so far. But I think everybody here knows that the real work is just starting. So all of those dreams and that passion and that expertise and the resolve, use it. And let's get the job done. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I'm Ed Lowndes, the Executive Director for the Housing Authority of Kansas City, Missouri. And first, thank you, Secretary Castro, not just for the award that we have here in this grant, but for coming to Kansas City. You were just here just a few months ago, touring some of the great developments we have, both that the Housing Authority's been involved in, but also other partners within Kansas City. And I think you got a flavor for what we can do when we do come together as a community. And we're looking forward to, through the life of this grant, to do even more. So thank you. Also, thank you to Congressman Cleaver, who is a champion, not just for Kansas City, but for everyone that lives in this community. He takes it to heart to make sure that we all have a safe, decent, quality place to live. And we're happy to be part of that mission. So thank you, Congressman Cleaver. I also want to recognize our other congressional leaders that have parted, Senator Blunt and Senator McCaskill, who also help and bring things back to our community. We're very grateful to the administration here. Our local office is second to none in the nation in helping us do our job of serving the families that cannot find housing or afford housing on their own. Finally, as far as thank yous, I want to thank our Board of Commissioners. Donovan Mouton's here, our chair. Our resident commissioner, Willie Ferguson, is also here, and to those that I don't see, but thank you to our commissioners. It's been a long road to have you part of the Housing Authority. This couldn't happen if we didn't have the partners that we have in our community. First and foremost, the city of Kansas City. It wasn't that long ago that the Housing Authority in the city didn't see eye to eye on things. But over the last 20 years, we've built a relationship that we know we can't do it without each other. There are so many families that need our assistance here in Kansas City, and by putting our resources together, and by resources I mean thoughts and initiative, putting those together to serve those families that need our help. I also want to make sure we recognize our hosts today, Samuel U. Rogers Health Center and Hilda Fuentes, who's the president and CEO. A significant partner in this initiative in bringing health aspects to the families that we serve, particularly over the last several years. They've been working in our Chouteau courts to help those families realize the benefits of the Affordable Care Act and how they can access affordable health care in our community. And on that same front of health care, the Kansas City University, who has recently changed their name, who is not just a significant partner in the community and the things that they've built in this community, but the people that have been building, the students by their own initiative that come into our community and work with the families that live in public housing to realize educational dreams and the future doctors of our community. The Local Initiative Support Corporation, who has been instrumental in making sure we bring the people portion to Kansas City. Our development partner, Brinshaw and David Brent, who is going to help us redo all the housing to replace Chouteau courts, plus all the other mixed housing that goes in, the way that public housing should be built, a community, a whole community where they're welcome in. The United Way of Kansas City, our people partner, bringing the services and just the wealth of all those community partners within the United Way, bringing them into our community, particularly in the Northeast. Finally, a big thank you to the Chouteau residents. Without the residents of Chouteau and our resident leaders, and before I forget, I want to shout out to Martha Allen, the president of our Public Housing Resident Council, and all that she's done for all the residents living in public housing and the other 8,000 families that we serve through our Housing Choice Voucher Program. They were subjected to numerous surveys and testing and ideas, and they always came forward to say, this is what we want to do. I also want to thank the partners that we have in the neighborhood. This area that we're working in has 4 very strong neighborhood associations, one being Chouteau Courts, and the other 3 that, contrary to other cities, these 3 other neighborhoods welcomed us, invited us, begged us to come into their neighborhood and say, how can you bring public housing into our community to serve our community, to make our community more worthwhile, more wealthy, with all the people that come, so we have a shared experience. So thank you to all of our friends and in our neighborhood communities. To say a little bit more about Shoto Courts and what this means to the people that it will actually serve is Sebra Scrocum. Sebra. We're all having problems with names today.
Good afternoon. I'm Sebra Scrocum. On behalf of the Shoto Courts residents, I would like to say thank you to everybody for their support and hard work for pulling together this initiative. At Shoto, we have a good supportive community. We like getting together and pulling together and doing what needs to be done. And we think that, excuse me, that we tried to participate in all the focus groups and meetings that we had in order to get this project going. And it will mean a lot to everybody at Shoto. So thank you.
Excuse me while I correct an error on my part. I'd like to recognize our city councilman, Councilman Reed from the 3rd District, Councilman Quentin Lucas, stand so they can see wave. And I'd also like to recognize Representative Randy Dunn and Bonnet Mims. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I miss anybody? Hi, JJ. There he is. He's casual, so he only gets JJ. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor James. And let me also say, before we open it up to questions, a huge thank you to Jennifer Tidwell and the HUD regional office here. Where are they at? Thank you all for your great work. And with that, we'll open it up to any questions that folks have.
The question was this the largest grant that we received from the federal government? This is the 2nd largest. In 1993, we received a $47 million Hope 6 grant that was used to revitalize Gwinnett Manor. Shoto Courts is the oldest development that we have that needs updating. We still have a few other developments that we would work on, but not to this, it won't be to this extent. It's a 5-year grant, and during that time frame, we'll be replacing every unit at Shoto Courts over time, looking to upwards of 6 to 8 new developments and mixed finance developments, preferably 5 in our Paseo Gateway corridor, and up to 3 in non-impacted areas. Non-impacted meaning it's not economically impacted or racially impacted. So, and that's why it'll take up to 5 years. We'll be signing the grant agreement probably later in October, and we will be starting right away. We actually, our first replacement housing is our Rose Hill townhomes, which is already broke ground. It broke ground about, 3 weeks ago in partnership with Restart. That'll be a combination of transitional housing for homeless. So that's really our first one. So we started before we actually got the grant.
All right. Any other questions? Thank you all very much for having us.